All right, time now for Consumer Confidential with KTLA 5's David Lazarus.
He's here in the studio with us, and we are talking big profits for a large oil company.
Never before seen profits for this company. We're talking about ExxonMobil, the big boy out there. Their profit last year more than doubled to, wait for it, $56 billion. That due in large part to the war in Ukraine, sending energy prices through the roof and then gas prices going up as well. ExxonMobil, for its part, is crediting good management for a lot of that windfall. But I think California drivers who last fall were paying an average $6.50 a gallon at the pump might beg to differ there. Also, it's worth pointing out that Exxon now anticipates spending about $50 billion of all that money on stock buybacks to boost its shares. And what that's going to mean is a massive transfer of wealth from consumers to shareholders. And this renews talk of a windfall profits tax. It's a tricky business because nobody wants to fault a business for being successful, and profits obviously are a sign of that. But how much is too much, especially when those profits are due almost exclusively to market forces as opposed to some sort of innovation or other performance-related change. And that's the issue here. Worth pointing out, McDonald's also posted better than expected earnings, but that was due not to significantly higher costs for Big Macs, but rather the fact that they sold more Big Macs. There was higher demand. That is obviously a fair return for their business. In the case of Exxon and other oil companies, as I write at KTLA.com, this is more a matter of them sitting down at the blackjack table and being dealt a king and an ace.
All right, General Motors, a strong last quarter.
Right, and unlike ExxonMobil, which is seeing all that money spilling in, really for not having done much of anything, in GM's case, you had a major turnaround in the marketplace. You had consumers going out and buying cars again, as not only the supply issues were resolved, the chip issues were resolved, but there was also tons of pent-up demand for new cars after the pandemic. And that's what we saw. So in GM's case, profit reached a record $11 billion last year. But that's not the big story here. I think the big story here is GM announcing today that they will invest $650 million in a company called Lithium Americas, which provides the raw materials necessary for creation of electric vehicle batteries. And that huge investment on GM's part really speaks to the fact that they know fossil fuels are gradually going to be waning in terms of the marketplace, and EVs will play a growing role, and thus GM is trying to make sure they have a steady supply of lithium and other materials to make those batteries. GM only expects to make about 70,000 EVs this year, but by 2025, the company is expecting to be producing 1 million electric vehicles on an annual basis.
And we've been talking about Bed Bath & Beyond for so long, and it's not looking good. Prompter says the drapes could be closing.
Indeed, they could in fact be falling off the runner at this point. The story today is Reuters is reporting that a bankruptcy filing by beleaguered Bed Bath & Beyond could come as soon as this week. Now, we've been talking about how analysts have been saying for a while now that it's really Bed Bath & bankrupt because there's no way they're going to be able to turn things around. Nevertheless, with Reuters saying that talks are underway right now for a possible filing, and in fact, we could be seeing liquidations of stores as soon as this weekend, that ramps everything up to a whole other level. In fact, Bed Bath has announced the closure of 87 more stores. That's on top of the 150 closures it announced last year. Just last week, Bed Bath announced that it was defaulting on a debt payment. Never a good sign. Now, it's still possible some sort of investor or buyer is going to step in and try and pick up the company for a song. But at this point, there is no white knight on the horizon. Bed Bath stock down today by about 8%.
Do they sell drapes at Bed Bath & Beyond?
Well,
Yes.
they used to.
Yes, they do. All right.
Go with shutters. It's much better. Looks better.